everybody. We're doing a Zoom conference because I'm all the way in New York here with Tori. Hello, Tori.
Hi.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with her. She is actually helping us open up the BMI network in New York, so she's our first one. And we're going to talk a little bit about the services that she provides. So, can you go ahead and tell us where do you work and what exactly are the services that you have?
Hi. I work at a gym called Institute 3E or I3E, and I'm a strength coach and FST practitioner. We work with athletes, mostly hockey players, but we have a few tennis players, lacrosse, but mostly hockey players.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. And are they pro, semi-pro?
All of the above. So we work with professional athletes, so guys in the NHL or AHL, ECHL, and then D1 all the way through juniors and youth.
Oh, wow, okay. And at the gym that you're at, do you guys do like multifunctional training? What kind of training do you guys primarily focus on?
So it depends on what phase the program is in, and it depends on the time of the year. So it can be anything from structural balance to strongman training to Olympic lifting. It just depends on the athlete, the needs, the time of the year.
Oh, wow, okay. And then as far as your services, so you're doing the personal training and you're doing the stretching. Do you do one a little more than the other? Do they kind of go together? Are your personal training clients also your stretch clients?
Stretching complements both the on ice performance and performance in the gym because if you can work a greater range of motion, you can get stronger in a greater range of motion. And if your body is recovering well, which FST helps with that, you can train better, you can skate better, and your performance just is all around better.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah,
Now, a lot of people, at least what I've noticed here in El Paso, aren't familiar with what fascial stretch therapy is.
no one.
So, yeah, you have the same problem out there. Okay. So,
Yeah.
a lot of my clients, for instance, think that it's going to hurt when they get stretched.
Mhm.
So, when you have a client who comes in and they're like, oh, no, I don't want to stretch, it's going to hurt. What is your response to that? Like, how do you explain to them what fascial stretch therapy is?
So, the way that I explain it to them is that oh, usually I'm just like, all you have to do is lay there and breathe. I'll tell you when to, like, if you need to push a little bit, but all you need to do is just lay there. And personally, I find that if I have to persuade someone to be stretched, then they're not going to get much out of it. So usually, them seeing someone else get stretched and how relaxed and comfortable they are, they're like, I want to try that. I want to see what it's about.
Right. Okay.
And then once they're on the table, they're like, oh, I'm hooked.
There you go. Right? That's what I've noticed too. So do you do like sample stretches with clients to kind of show them what it feels like so they can determine if they want to do it or not?
So I'm actually going to be doing that this weekend at a different gym. But for our athletes, I just work on our pro guys or D1 guys when they're home. And then we also train a Division 1 hockey team, LIU Sharks, both the men's and the women's team. So I will do like short stretches for anyone that needs it for that, like for their maintenance, just to keep their body feeling good because the season can be really hard on the body.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right. Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about your strength training with them?
But we do like, again, in season versus postseason, depending on the athlete, it changes. But in season, which is what it's currently like, we're currently in season right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're not trashing one part of the body. Like you want to make like on ice performance takes precedence over anything. So you're still getting stronger. You're still pushing yourself, but your volume decreases. So it's day to day. So if you're like really tired, if you feel like you're fighting something, you're still going to go hard on your working sets, but maybe you do 2 to 3 sets instead of 3 to 4, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that changes.
Okay. And then do you guys kind of track that? Do you have some sort of like
Yep.
documentation or assessment system that you have in place?
Yep. So everyone has a program that's printed out and they have a folder and they write down their weights and the reps that they get for every set. That way they know where to start next week and like how they can push themselves. And like if they failed reps, it's like, okay, maybe we should start with that weight or even take it back a little bit. Make sure you're doing full depth, full range of motion, really getting your reps done right.
I love that. So
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in New York, but I've seen I call them crackerjack trainers because they don't track anything. They just kind of give people random workouts and they're like, there you go, like you did a
That's
workout,
different, like
right?
every week, and like
Yes, and there's no progression. It doesn't make sense. It's just here's
no
a
rhyme or
workout.
reason, no purpose for
Do
it.
you see that in New York as well?
I see that everywhere. A lot of like social media people are like that
Yeah.
because effective training is boring. Like you're not going to be coming out with new Instagram videos every single week or every single day with like a new exercise. Like
Yeah.
people who want to get better and stronger, like want to see changes in their body. It takes time, and you need to work at a program like and change it every like 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the person.
Mm-hmm.
So, like it sounds boring, and the basic lifts are the most effective ones. Like, don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Do what works.
Yeah, exactly. And we do have a lot of good quality trainers here as well. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
you have those trainers, right, that are, I guess,
They
yeah,
know
a
what
lot
they're
of them
doing.
are doing it for attention, I guess. And then you have really good quality trainers, right,
Mm-hmm.
who stick to the basics, focus on form, teach the form initially. So
Yes.
that's good. I actually like your idea of having folders. So I did a lot of virtual stuff. Like I used a lot of Google Documents and stuff like that to track
Mm-hmm.
my clients and their assessments and everything, progress photos. But to have an actual folder that they can take, do they take it with them or do they leave it at the gym?
No, we leave it at the gym. It's
Okay.
like this kind of folder.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
has their name at the top, and it's cool because some people have like really thick folders, and you can like look back over the years at like what, oh my god, I used to do like this for front squat, and now I do this. Like, oh my god, I can't believe
Yeah.
I like
That's
used
such
to
a
have
good
to go
idea.
so light. And
Yeah.
then it's also, I feel like it's easier to look back when you have it physically in front of you, because like let's say they're given a program and they're like, oh, I haven't back squatted in like 3 months, like let me go back to the last time I back squatted, and that gives them a better idea of where to start for their lift.
Yeah. And then I like that you keep it at the gym too, because
Mhm.
I don't know how adults are, but I know when I was a teacher and I had my students, anytime I sent something home, it disappeared. So
Yes.
adults might be the same way. I'm not sure.
Yes, everyone.
Right. So
You
at your
leave it.
gym, I was gonna say at your gym too. Do you guys have like just athletes? Do you also have rehabilitative clients, maybe elderly clients, anything of that, or is your demographic mostly athletes?
Athletes.
Athletes. Okay.
Like obviously athletes will get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So after they've done PT and like are cleared, we'll work with them to make sure that they're obviously strong everywhere, but to, I guess, complement the physical therapy that they did and just build on that to make sure that they're prepared before they go back out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's mostly just athletes.
Athletes. That's cool. Yeah.
It's so fun because they care. They're driven. It's a competitive environment in the best way. Like the energy is so
Yeah.
good.
So, as far as goals with your personal
Mm-hmm.
training, with your stretching, do you have anything coming up or anything that you're building towards? Just any goal related type things going on or events, anything.
So a goal of mine, not a dream, a goal of mine is to work with an NHL team.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to be a strength coach for an NHL team, work with them. And then as for FST, I feel like it is so untapped and that hockey players desperately need it.
Mm-hmm.
And every hockey player I work with, like when I tell them like, yeah, I want to work with an NHL team, they're like, they need this like badly.
Yeah.
Like, so I'd love to build up, whether it's like my own clientele of NHL players or to work with a team and travel with them. I just know how much it's going to help them because they're really tight.
Yeah, honestly, any sport, and I don't know if you've noticed this besides hockey players. I've been working on different types of athletes. And I noticed depending on the sport they play, they have different similar imbalances and things of that nature.
100%.
Like the boxers, when I started stretching the boxers, I was like, that's so weird. Like you have the same imbalance this guy had.
Yeah.
And then I look at, for instance, people who are cycling. Hip flexors are kind of tight because they're always bent, right? So I'm like, wow, it's been so interesting to me to see like
the patterns,
the similarities and the patterns, just between different athletes.
It's so fascinating. And like they need it so badly. Like
I think some of them just don't know the benefits of it. You're right. So like you remember when we went to our training, right? They
mhm,
said that this is like cutting edge stuff. People don't know about it. It's not
literally,
mainstream yet cuz it's just coming up. So
it's getting them
it's
to like buy in
yes.
and take that chance to be like trust you enough to take that chance to be like, oh, because once they're on that table and once they feel it, they're like, I get it. I see what you're talking
Exactly.
about.
Exactly. And then where you're at, do you have a stretch therapist who works on you? Cuz I don't have anyone here.
No, and I literally say this all the time that like I need to meet someone who lives on Long Island that does this because I want to be stretched.
Exactly. And like for me, I can travel to cruises. Like I know there's some in the system and there's like 7 to 10 of them over there. But yeah, here I'm just like, God, I wish someone would stretch me. I'm over here trying to stretch
Yeah,
myself.
it's like we could stretch each other.
There
Like,
we go, right? That sounds like a plan. But yeah, so I wish you luck with locking in your team. That's an awesome
thank
goal.
you.
And I hope everything goes well for you. Is there anything that you would want to tell any future or current clients that you would have for personal training or stretching?
Just keep it up. Do what feels good. Take care of the body
Right.
in every aspect.
Well, thank you for interviewing with us. I hope I can make it out to New York soon so we can
Oh
actually do
yeah,
one in person because I have a feeling it'll be really funny. I think we'll have a
it would be
blast.
so fun.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.